buyer journey online has changed and it has been disrupted by artificial intelligence. Here's what I mean by that, right? We have to actually rewind before ChatGPT, before Claude, before Perplexity, and remember how we used to buy things online. It all started with a problem, right? Hey, I need to fix this thing or I'm looking for this solution. So you would go to Google and you would search for that thing, right? It could be a product, it could be a service. And Google would use SEO and rankings and Google Ads and all sorts of other things. And it would provide us a list of links, basically. And we would click on those links. And we would have to go to the website homepage, most likely. Maybe it was a specific product page. And we'd have to start to research and consume all of the information and start to kind of wrestle with like, is it a good fit? Is it going to solve my problem? What's the cost of it? Now I got to go to the pricing page, right? Oh, okay. So now I got to go back to the list. Now I'm looking at a competitor. Now I'm looking at 2 or 3 options, and you're just kind of scratching your head. And eventually, you would, weigh the options and say, I think this one's best. And now you're more in buy mode. So then at some point in time in the future, maybe it's a day, maybe it's weeks, maybe it's months, you go back to that website and you start to go out, throughout the checkout process or the buy process, right? And that's the old way that we used to buy online. Nowadays, people are much more well informed by the time they're getting to your website. And it looks like this. It's everyday ChatGPT or Claude usage, right? We open up these AI tools and we ask the question similar to this. Hey, I'm looking to solve X problem. I need you to go find 3 to 5 possible products or services or vendors. And I need you to tell me everything you can about them, right? What are they good at? What's the pros and cons? How does this product more superior than this product? What's the pricing? Give me a pricing table. What are my options, right? And research options and then bring it back to me and give me your advice on which is the best one that I should go with, right? So now AI is searching the web, it's doing all of those tasks, it's consolidating all of the information, and it's giving back to you some sort of suggestions that are weighted by what's online and what AI sees and based off of your prompt, right? And so now as a buyer, I'm just so much more well informed by the time I'm getting to your website, right? By the time I'm saying, okay, it seems like option B is the best. I'm going to go check that one out. So I click through and I go to the site. If the website and the content strategy is still treating me as a buyer like it was the old days and surfacing all of this information that I probably already know that I don't really want to spend the time reading through and reconsuming, then that's kind of a problem for conversion, right? And instead, what we should consider is how can we identify what sort of prompts people are putting into these AI platforms and where our products and services are going to surface in the answers to those prompts. And that's really kind of step one. And there's tools out there that help us do that. Otterly AI is a great tool to solve that problem where we can say, hey, here's our brand, here's our products, here's our services. We can reverse engineer based off of like SEO keywords or just putting ourselves in our customer's shoes, what sort of prompts they're going to be asking and which ones do we want to be present in as a brand mention or a citation, right? So that's step one is like we need to drive some data and analytics into the decision-making process, and the tools are out there to help you do that. Step two then is figuring out, okay, based off of that prompt, if we're listed, if our product or service is listed, what sort of intent is that person taking by clicking that link? Is that intent like a buy now signal, right? Like assumed, hey, I clicked the link, I'm wanting to buy, like take me to the pricing page. Or is it, hey, I'm still in kind of decision making or research mode, right? We need to structure our sites and content around those two principles there, right? Because if I am in buy now mode and ChatGPT gave me the link to your e-commerce website and I clicked it, I'm wanting to start going through the checkout process, right? But from an AEO and GEO perspective, that pricing page, that checkout information, it probably should have some content relevant to the query and relevant to the prompt because that is what is going to help the citation of that link show up in that AI answer. And so ultimately, the buyer journey has changed. Us as buyers, us as consumers online, we have an expectation of, low effort, go do research, tell me which one you think is best to buy, give me the best options based off of my criteria. We're no longer clicking through all of the links and all of the websites and perusing and browsing and clicking through the link tree to consume all the information. We're not really doing that as much anymore. But in many of our cases, our websites are still treating our buyers and our audience like the old way. So it's forcing us all to rethink our site architecture, to rethink the user journey, and to rethink our buying funnels and our conversion levers. And so really it's a tremendous opportunity over the next year, 2 years, as AI starts to kind of converge with the same amount of traffic as traditional search. Based off of our research, we're thinking that's probably like the middle of 2027. But it is a really good opportunity for us to start getting ahead of all of this and optimizing, right? The companies that take the time to put good strategy together here and to optimize their sites and their funnels and their experiences that they're presenting, those are the companies that are going to win on this front, right? The ones who are putting in that work, reverse engineering what needs to change, coming up with good sound strategies, and then implementing them, right? And my prediction is I don't really see this changing a lot over the next several years because the harnesses are already there. ChatGPT is already widely popular, right? Claude, widely popular. Perplexity, widely popular, right? And us interacting with those AI harnesses from a buyer's perspective is likely not going to change after many years, right? We're probably going to still do the thing that we're doing right now for a while, right? We're going to open up these tools. We're going to have it help us search for relevant products and services to solve our problems. We're going to take the information back and then maybe click through to go and start the buy process or the I need to learn a little bit more process, right? So that's the takeaway that I want to give you today is that we must, number one, recognize that the buyer journey has been impacted by AI. So don't be naive about that. But number two, we need data and analytics to help us drive the decision making. Those tools exist. And number three, based on all of that, we need to put ourselves in the buyer's shoes and we need to try to better understand how to structure our content and our websites to meet them where they're at and to increase conversions for our business so that when this shift happens over the next year, and AI traffic overtakes traditional search, we're not scrambling around to try to figure it out, right? So it's all good news. It's all things that we can, do to improve our businesses, to improve our revenue, to improve a better buyer experience for our visitors and our customers on our website. If you are interested in learning more on how we use Otterly AI to do this or what sort of strategies that we can bring to the table to help you win on this front, get a hold of us. Exciting times, lots of things happening. It's changing every quarter. I'll give you some more videos like this in the future, but I hope this makes sense and I hope some light bulbs went off.